rush tonight, but I really wanted to do this stream. I got a lot of cool stuff going on. Wanted this to get on air and talk about it. But first, before I get into all of that, let's situate ourselves in the game. We just beat a boss, I believe, and we are stuck here in Norfair, and I'm not seeing much else to explore in terms of new territory on the map. In upper right here, on that long pink hallway, you can see there might be some gaps in the floor we can explore, as well as an item underneath that save spot to the left. So we got some things to check out, but it's not obvious where to go next. And I don't even know if we can leave Norfair right now. So oh, there's lots of stuff. There's a door just up there. Up there, I'm sure. So anyway, this is our third stream of this Super Metroid playthrough, and not very many people have watched yet, but if you're on now, thanks for joining. I super appreciate it, and help me build the channel. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Last week I asked folks to talk about whatever games they'd like to see me play, as well as topics that they would be interested in having me cover. So, this week I'm talking about Seattle and fencing. Seattle's where I live, and fencing is a sport that I've done since I was very young. And so maybe good comments for this week would be, let me know where you're from. Don't self-dox or anything, but just general area, anything about your home you'd like to share. I'd love to get to know, the audience a little bit. And then maybe whatever sports you feel close to. So if you play a sport, or you used to play one, I have played a lot of sports in my life. Fencing was something that I got super into. I always get really excited to connect with other fencers. But I think sports are just a really good thing to be able to partake in. So something if I get some play on the team, let me know. Fencer, I'll tell you what, why don't you add what weapon you fence? So I don't know, I guess I'm, oh, I got the speedy run, which means I can run through this. I gotta keep better track of my own progress in this game. Okay, so anyway, I was gonna talk about fencing. I'm actually heading to fencing just after this stream. I'm maybe cutting into my own training a little bit, which is funny. But okay, that's the other thing. So we have the speed boots, and then we can go into the parts that are I think there might be some unexplored hot areas. It's gonna be a rough stream. I might not make any real progress. My brain is a little all over the map. Anyways, I was talking about fencing. So I think most people have some idea about what fencing is. You have probably seen it in a movie or commercial or something. It's a sword fighting sport. So, typically fencers will be wearing a white uniform, jacket and pants, and then they will have a blade. And there's three types of blades: foil, epee, saber. I'll run through here with the speed boots. There's three different types of blades, and then there's a black face mask that's like a mesh face mask to protect the face. So, I'm trying to think. They have a fencing scene in The Parent Trap, and a fencing scene in Gilmore Girls. There's a fencing scene in Die Another Day. And this is a sport that I've done since I was 11. started life as a saberist, eventually became a foilist, and that's my main weapon. Although these days I do fence all three, and it's a sport that I think way more people should try. I think a lot of people, think it's kind of interesting. So I've gotten really used to it for my life, telling people that I fence, and people can kind of perk up and ask some questions. And then immediately, the moment you suggest that it's something that they could try, or something that they might find fun or interesting, they immediately lose interest and go, "Oh, I could never." It's obviously not for me, and that gets into something that I think is really cool about the sport of fencing, which is that because it's kind of an unnatural set of skills and movements, so like I think human beings are born with some ability to intuitively know how to walk or run. Obviously, some amount of learning involved, and also there is some people who find it easier than others, and there are people who are, maybe have certain kinds of motor disabilities. But generally speaking, right, people are able to run. They learn it somewhat naturally. They do it at various points in their day-to-day, and so what that means is that in a running competition, it tends to be largely about who is physically better at running. There's not necessarily nearly as much. It's not necessarily nearly as even. I think people can train and get better, but I think a lot of people who are great at running have probably been great at running their whole lives. But fencing is very different because pretty much nobody, is born knowing on guard or how to hold a fencing blade. They actually have very strange grips, interestingly enough. And so I feel very stuck here because I feel like it would be a nice game to get through all these obstacles, but then I couldn't figure out how to get back. Now I'm worried I'm gonna die. Bear with me while I figure out what to do if anyone's watching this. Sorry if this isn't going quite as smoothly as the last stream. But anyway, as I was saying, fencing, I think, naturally is a little bit more egalitarian because it's more of a learned skill, and so everyone kind of sucks at fencing when they start, and you get good at it by learning the technique. That's not to say that there aren't certain physical advantages in the sport. It can be incredibly competitive and unforgiving. But at the same time, I do think that much more open and available to people than they usually think. I really encourage folks to check it out. The other thing is people don't tend to know where to begin. Like, I don't even know where I'd start. And it's not that different from anything else. Now, I live in Seattle, which is something I'll talk about more. But I'm lucky enough to live in a city where there's a couple options for fencing, and that is definitely not necessarily the case depending on where you are. But more likely than not, if you live in an area where there is some amount of fencing, it's just a matter of looking them up on the internet, looking them up online. Wow, okay. It really was by bomb jumping my way up there. Okay, let's get out of here. But yeah, check it out. There are a couple of clubs in this sort of area in Seattle. There's one called Sal Oriole Seattle, named after its unfortunately passed away so recently was Leon Oriole. And I tend to fence in Bellevue, which is across the bridge on the other side of Lake Washington at a club called Rain City Fencing Center. That's where I've always fenced, and it's a really good fencing club. There's I don't know, it's a little bit more of a youth program, so that's something, now that I'm an adult, I sometimes, the whole fencing community is maybe a little different for me now as an adult than it was as a kid. It's a really good club, especially if you're a young kid interested in competing. And I am going to go there later tonight, train. And actually, this week is a really important training week for me because I will be traveling to Salt Lake City for a tournament in the next few days. So, the tournament in Salt Lake City is called the North American Cup, or NAC. There's a bunch of events, but the one I'll be facing is Division 1 men's foil. So that's sort of the highest level of competition for adult men's foilists. And yeah, I don't have super high expectations for myself. I can probably get into this more in time, but I was very into fencing as a young kid and as a teenager, and I trained very hard and traveled all over the country competing and doing a tournament like this a couple times a year. And then I kind of faded out in college a bit, got more involved with other things, and since then, it took me about 10 years off. Only very recently got back into fencing at all. I'm back now as a competitor, and I've also been coaching, which is a way for me to share my experience and my passion for the sport, as well as build a career within the sport and work. So I'm a competitor and a coach now, and I'm just trying to train my way back to where I used to be in terms of some of my skills and results. But largely, I'm just trying to stay in shape. I really enjoy having an avenue to be competitive in. Competition in many ways brings out the best in me. It inspires me to work harder, inspires me to do things that I normally would hate doing, and that's what I think is really cool about sports, is the way that they can instill drive and motivation into us. So anyway, as I said, Seattle is a pretty populated metropolitan area, and that's why it has multiple fencing clubs. That's why it is a cool place to live in a number of ways. I am fortunate enough to have always lived in Seattle or nearby, so I always thought of Seattle as home. And kind of the longer I live here, the more I feel deeply connected to it. But yeah, I don't know if there's much of a Seattle youth community. I can only think of a couple of YouTube channels that ever talk about it. Maybe one or two reasonably well-known Seattle YouTubers. So I always think that, big picture, we have just as much going for us as LA or New York, and like to see us represented out there. I think there's lots of cool stuff to talk about, and so I think the channel will be an avenue for me to talk about some of the stuff going on. A lot of the times there's interesting stuff going on in the news or culturally. And I don't follow a lot of sports. That piece something interesting if I was more into, entertainment again, find this place for it. But being a Seattle sports fan is a famously honorable and challenging endeavor. Not generally great our sports, with the occasional exceptions. But anyway, I live in, well, I don't know how much I should cover. I live in a nice neighborhood in Seattle. I lived here a couple years ago, back around the start of COVID, and I don't know. It's cold right now. It's been a late onset fall and winter for us. We were engulfed in smoke for the earlier part of the year. Mostly that has dissipated. But we're really famous for our rain. People always think, oh, I don't know if I could deal with the rain. And I think one of the ways we feel about it is that the rain is kind of the least of our issues. Rainy days don't tend to be so bad. It doesn't rain super hard here, not most of the time anyway. But what will get you is the gray. If you're the sort of person who's affected by affective disorder, that's something to be aware of. And if you don't like overcast, there's a good amount of gray where that is how it looks here. So we are more or less into overcast and relatively cold, relatively overcast, and I might be here for a good while. I would say it will start getting nice in this part of the world until April at like the very soonest, but realistically more like May. And last spring, so I guarantee we do have really beautiful summers. Lately, I guess there's been more of a summer issue when there's fires around eastern Washington, just wherever around the country. The smoke has been blowing into Seattle lately. But generally speaking, they're very warm summers where it doesn't get super hot or dry, and yeah, I don't know what else is to say about it. But Seattle, part of how I've gotten more involved and kind of grown to appreciate the city more has definitely been my political activism. So I always lived in Seattle. I always liked it here. I am politically connected, been influenced by the politics of Seattle, so it's a very progressive part of the country, and that shapes a lot of my thinking. But generally speaking, I think we can be pushing ahead and making people's lives better, and building a more prosperous and equal society. But anyway, I got involved in activism, and like a lot of people used to be, largely focused on national politics. It was the stuff that made the headlines. I watch a lot of politics YouTube, and I'd get really, really worked up around presidential elections. And then around 2016 or so, I made the decision that I was going to actually get involved in doing politics rather than just getting worked up about it. And that prompted me to choose an issue and to get to work on it. So I thought I'd work on universal health care, and I'd work on it at state level. So I worked at an organization called Whole Washington, trying to put universal single-payer health care on the ballot in Washington State. And that gave me the perfect way to sort of get involved and connect with my communities. It was just an issue that I cared about a lot. It was an organization that was doing it in a way that was very inclusive, open to me, kind of really allowed me to work on the issue and contribute in the way that I wanted to. The rest is history. I'm currently campaign director, and part of what I was working on today was getting a resolution passed to the Seattle City Council. So the Seattle City Council is pretty progressive as far as city councils go. It's also one of the most influential city councils in the country, kind of up there with New York and LA, and I think part of the reason for that is because it's a fair amount of leadership on national issues, and I was trying to get them to pass a resolution in support of the statewide healthcare plan that I work on, called the Washington Health Trust, sorry for that. I had to. Anyway, as I was saying, I work on a. And we presented that to the Seattle City Council to consider passing a resolution in support of. And I had a pretty solid. I felt pretty sure that it would pass. We had endorsements from a lot of the individual council members. So there are 5 members of the Seattle City Council, including Shama Sawant, better known members. We had endorsed Whole Washington previously, and I felt fairly confident would vote yes today. The other thing is that the Seattle City Council in 2018, or maybe 2017, had passed a resolution in support of Medicare for All, which is federal universal health care. So you might have heard like Bernie Sanders run on Medicare for All. But it's a non-binding resolution, which means that it's really just expressing their support for it. It doesn't actually implement it. But it is a really important step for a few reasons, right? One is that the city council is a local government. It's the most local government that represents most people. And what that means is it's a way for us to build public awareness of and support for what we're trying to get done. And the second thing is that a lot of these city councils that have passed resolutions in support of universal health care have only done so for support at the federal level. And the unfortunate reality is that it might take a really long time for us to get this federally. And so in a lot of states, the faster route to implementation to actually give people health care is likely through their state government. So that's one reason why, even though we want this to pass federally, we still are trying to get it done statewide. It just, there's a lot of issues where passed federally. I think that healthcare is one of them, and that it's one of the best ways for us to get leadership. So, the Seattle City Council asking our federal government to pass Medicare for all, I think it's very far removed. The federal government, they work in Washington, D.C., which is very far from here. Washington only has a few representatives in Congress, and so instead, we think that the Seattle City Council has a lot of influence in the Washington government. Seattle is the largest city in Washington, and they actually live here. They have a lot fewer constituents. They're actually accountable to a smaller, more focused group of constituents. So we think that the support of the council is really important. But we have to follow it up. So there's still a long way to go between now and actually getting this done. We need to make it happen at the state level, and of course federally after that. So this is just kind of a small step, but it's really important that we build the support and we get these victories. And these council members are a path to getting more support in the rest of government. So we're going to be continuing to pass these resolutions in other city councils. We're going to be trying to maybe go from non-binding resolutions to more binding ones, so we can see where that leads us. And we're gonna keep building this movement until it's big enough to succeed. And I don't know. I'm kind of rambling right now. I'm very, very excited. I've never done a city council meeting before. This was my very first city council meeting, or at least my first in person. I have left public comment at state level, and I've done it over Zoom. I've gone and left a public comment at a city meeting. Super excited that it passed. It gives me some hope in our city council, and I think that if we have hope at city level, then it means that we have hope at state level, which means that we have hope at federal level. And I would love to see where we can take this. And I really feel like I've been everywhere, and I just cannot find where to go, which is a sign that maybe it's time for me to get off this stream. And I'm sorry the gameplay was so boring this time. I don't care. I'm gonna keep streaming through this game. I'm gonna get better at talking to you all. So I appreciate anyone who's watching this. I probably gotta get going soon, because I don't want to miss the entire night. I only have basically tonight and Thursday to get some last minute practice in before I'm flying off to Salt Lake City for my big Division 1 tournament. And who knows? Maybe I'll let you know how that went in a future stream. But for now, I am gonna just try to find any kind of reasonable stopping point and let you all get back to your lives. I just feel a little stumped. Maybe I should have jumped out and looked at the map again. Yeah, see, there's lots of stuff to look at here, but the unfortunate bit is that I don't really know how to get back to anywhere. I know that I need that super bomb, which could get me through here, as well as another couple places. I've been made to feel like I should have had it already, and yet I can't find it. I'm just treading all the steps I've already been through. But let me see if I can last final moments of the stream. No, I don't mind for a couple of reasons. One is that the longer it takes me to get through this game, the more streams I'll have to do, the better I'll get at streaming. I do know that I can kind of cheese my way out of here. Might honestly be what I end up doing is if I can just jump out of here using the wall jump, I can get back to a more open part of the map, and I will be able to maybe get the super bomb and come back here. Not looking good since I'm having so much difficulty, but actually maybe it looks like I should alter this way. How do I get out from here? I swear it's possible. I swear I've done this before. It just takes a lot of finesse to press through. So the normal way to do it is to get the ice beam and freeze these guys and then use them as my little stepping stones. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm feeling like there's no way it's possible. At least not by me, by a normal person who doesn't have memorized. Keep trying. I don't know if that would be worse, better or worse streaming than me wandering around. But I kind of want to abandon that idea. And, I mean, in truth, I haven't even been on this stream that long, have I? Trying to get a sense of how long I've been on the stream. It says I've been on for about half an hour. Yeah, I mean, normally I want to get like an hour in. I'm just sorry. That's part of Metroidvania experience to explore with me. Maybe like last time, since I kind of ran dry on the fencing in Seattle. Both cool, both things that you do. Ask questions, check them out. What questions do you have about fencing? I'm a foil fencer. I fence at Van Saber. I live in Seattle, in a cool town. I went to school at the University of Washington. So ask any questions about that. I am now going to focus on getting myself unstuck from the video game. So, loud with it. I mean, let's go back this way. We haven't retread everywhere. This is maybe where the boss was, which means maybe I was supposed to do something else after I won. And advance ahead rather than go back. So let's see if this is anything. Okay, this room is suspicious to me. Unless maybe I already solved this. I feel like there must be something else in this room other than just a bunch of annoying bugs. But maybe I already got it myself. I think I already got it myself. That's right. So, that. boss. I beat this boss. This way? I feel like we went up this way. Yeah, we did all that. Let's move ahead. So we go in here. We fight the boss. We go in here. We get the item. If I jump boots, it goes the speed. Anything in here? Sigh. Go back up here. Just double check. We go up here and refill on missiles if we want. Descending back. This thing. Okay. Burst through our little bug guards. Here, is there? Backtracking. So down here, nothing. Which means we're headed back to Norfair, I guess. I mean, it must be in Norfair, right? I'm being given very clear signs that this way I can't go back. Down here, I'm given all sorts of barriers that I need super bombs to traverse. But maybe down here is where I feel like I maybe get the super bombs down here somewhere. I mean, okay. What about to the left? I didn't explore it that way. Oh, this thing. Yes. What do we do about this thing? Okay, this is maybe the most promising avenue. Getting a running start. Because, like, first of all, it's so weird that it makes me use bombs to get all the way up here. It's just very strange that it implies that there's more up there, and yet it doesn't let me jump up there. The only thing I can think, yeah, that's gonna just lead back to this. Maybe if we go through here, it loops around. Oh, but this is where I hit that other barrier, right? I already did this. It all seems so promising, and then it just doesn't work out. Let's try again. So I jump up all this. Oh, I saw something. See, I can't stay mad at this game. So, we go through here, and this is nothing. I can't do anything. So what do? Well, we saw those little bug dudes, didn't think too much of them, but where are they from? Oh my goodness, not this little side pocket. Stink. We're about to get ourselves an ice beam. Okay, I'm really glad that I stayed on this stream. I feel like I'm safe. We have an ice beam. So, freeze. So I'm now Bounty Hunter Frozone. Freeze all of my obstacles. Now the game's going to immediately teach me all sorts of things that I can do with this. So you saw before how we were all trapped. So what now? Now we make our own little platforms. We just use the indigenous life in this way. Ugh, it doesn't work. Be a better platform. Okay. And notice that it's showing us that we can freeze this little bug thing, which is an important detail for later when we want to go back up that annoying abyss. Okay. And now it leads me back. It all makes sense now. We have an ice beam. I feel wonderful. So anyway, I'm gonna head to that save spot. Here we go. Yes, I'd like to save. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I was super rambly, but I really wanted to get on and talk to you all about fencing because I have a tournament this Saturday, and I thought win better to let them know that I'm a fencer and talk about it a little bit. And then also wanted to talk to you about Seattle City Council meeting. I am so stoked that it passed. It was 4 yes votes, 2 abstains. There's 9 members of the council, so I guess 3 people weren't there today. They were excused. But it's really exciting to pass something through the city council. And I will have lots more to talk about with regards to the healthcare movement and the politics of Washington and Seattle. But for now, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share the video, hit thumbs up, whatever. Do all the YouTube stuff, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks. Have a good one.